underdogs to favorites, we break it down. Empty Field Podcast, the talk of the town. Empty Field, where we lay it all out. Breaking down games, removing all doubt. Interviews with stars, we're bringing the heat. Sports news and odds talk that can't be beat.
Welcome to another episode of the Empty Field Podcast. My name is Mathew Hansen, and today I have number 13, the DV Barbie herself from the Las Vegas Silver Stars. Tehya, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. First off, tell us about yourself.
So my name is Tehya. I'm originally from Massachusetts, but I moved out to Las Vegas about 4 years ago, and this is my second year playing for the Las Vegas Silver Stars. I'm a corner, so they call me DB Barbie.
Perfect. What made you get into football?
Honestly, I grew up watching football, so I'm a Patriots fan. I grew up, so I'm very excited about the Super Bowl right now. But so I grew up being a Patriots fan and just watching it. And like 2 years ago, I kind of was like, what is something that like I've always wanted to do? And it was like actually play football, and I just typed in women's tackle football into Instagram, and I found my team, and like the rest is history.
Cool. Before football became a thing in your life, how was life?
Life was always like, I mean, I have like privilege, so life is always like better. But I live like kind of like a little harder bit. I grew up on a farm. I didn't like always have like the best like upbringing and things like that. I was bullied a lot during school and kind of just like felt like I never really belonged. And so when I finally found my team, that it's kind of like, oh, that's like the first place where I actually felt like I actually belonged.
Okay. Was corner your first position, or was there somewhere else that you started and then you just transitioned to corner?
Well, when I played soccer as a kid, I was always a defensive player, so defense was kind of always in my mind. But if you look at my body size compared to a lot of the other players in the WNFC, I'm on the smaller side. So the positions that I can play are kind of limited. But lucky for me, I had the speed and don't have the hands of a receiver. So that's kind of how I ended up playing corner. Yeah.
You brought up soccer. What got you into soccer?
Just when I was younger in the 90s, my parents always wanted us to live like an active life. Like I mentioned, growing up on a farm, it was like a blueberry farm. So we spent our summers picking blueberries and selling them at like farmers markets. And then they always had us active in like soccer. They had us active basketball in the winter. And then when I got to middle school, I played softball. And then when I got to high school, I played tennis.
Okay. Was there a moment you realized that, I mean, it could have been when you were playing soccer, that you're like, hey, you know what? I can probably do this professional football thing on the side, or even full time.
Well, when I grew up, I wasn't technically, I guess, like good enough for any of like the coaches to really want to like pour into me. So before I even left high school, I kind of like dropped off from playing sports. And then there was like a huge 15-year gap, and I'm actually 33. So I started playing football at 32. Yeah, yeah. And you like if you're able to talk to more WNFC players, I think you'll be surprised that a lot of us start in our 30s. And it's kind of cool to like see where like guys are like they're having to like retire when they turn 30, but it's like women we're starting to play when we're 30, which is kind of funny. Yeah.
First off, you don't look 30. Just letting you know that right now. How would you describe your playing?
Thank you very much.
How would you describe your playing style to someone who's never seen you play before?
Well, I had a pretty big improvement in the off season. I really stuck to my craft. I used the Pick Six Athletics app and with Coach Eric Colonna, and he really helped like get my form down. And I now I know what I'm doing, whereas last year it was kind of like they had to throw me on the field. We had to like really like be kind of like scrappy, like kind of have to just like figure out what you're doing as you're doing it. But because I was able to take the time in the off season, now I mean, I'm trying to have a certified crash out season. A lot of people don't, yeah, they don't think that I'm gonna have like hard hits, but I've been working really hard on like having low hits and really like getting off blocks, being able to like get the running backs. Like I'm definitely going to be like, this is gonna be like a breakout season for me.
Cool. Well, you brought up the training. What part of your game are you most confident in right now?
Right now, I'm most confident in like staying with my receiver and staying on my man. I've had multiple like PBUs in practice. I've had my picks. I didn't have any picks last season, and so I made a promise to myself to like stop drinking in the off season until I had my first pick. So I already had my first pick at practice, so I could do a little celebrating. But it's really just, I'm just most confident in being able to like stay with my receiver, and even like if I trip up a little or if they're able to beat me a little bit, I'm able to catch back up with them with my speed. So I'm very confident in that game now.
Cool. But now let's have some self-reflection. What part of your game are you working on?
Working on I'm definitely working on my PBUs or not the PBUs, on my PIs. I have a lot of PIs. I do because now that I'm like interested in the contact, I'm making a little bit of extra early contact. So now it's kind of just like getting getting that contact down. And then I'm on special teams this season too as like the gunner to like go down and get the returner. And so now it's kind of like being able to break down from my full speed and making sure that I make like the full connection, because in a couple games last season, if you saw me, like I made it to the person right when they got the ball, but then I ran by them because I couldn't break down. I was just going so fast that I like couldn't break down. I was like, come on. So that's definitely another thing I've been working on and wasn't as confident in. It was the breaking down after an open field tackle.
What's the toughest lesson football has taught you so far?
That you can keep going even when you think you want to give up. Like there have been so many times, and I think that's like one of the other reasons why I like got into football is just like to like I can keep going. I can keep going. Like this isn't the end yet. Like I'm not dead yet. You know, there's a lot of times where coach makes us run, and it's always like you don't think you can push anymore, and then it's like, oh no, you still have 5 up downs left in you, and things like that. So that's kind of really yeah.
So last year was your first year. How much film study did you do on your opposing team?
I love watching film, and I've already, because we have access to the film now, I've already started watching film on our opponents. I keep like a Word document and I write out all of the formations that they're doing and the plays like that against the teams and things like that. So I've really gotten into film study. So I'm very confident in like being able to like watch like certain receivers tells and like things like that at this point, just because I'm just like, oh, I know you.
Take us through the very first snap you took on the field last year. First time, first season as a rookie. What nerves were going through you?
I was so nervous because it was my rookie year, and I was a starting corner. So I was the starting right corner. And we were playing the Seattle Majestics, and they are a big team. They were big in size, a lot of their players, and then they had the running back who we had the previous year, AG. So we just really knew that they were either going, and they had Peanut, the quarterback, who's this huge quarterback who can just launch the ball. And so we kind of really knew that. So I was just really nervous about basically getting ran over by the quarterback and by the running back because both of them could run. And I was really worried about like their passing game, just because I knew that she could launch it. So it was really I honestly wanted to throw up most of the time.
Stop. Before we continue this episode here, are you staying hydrated? No. Have you tried Hydrofy? Man, it's not just flavored water. It's clean hydration with electrolytes that actually work. No sugar crash, no junk ingredients. Pretty simple. Hydrify keeps you sharp and fueled for the day. I use it because, man, it's simple, effective, and it just tastes real good. Hydrate smarter, hydrate better. That's Hydrify. Use promo code MTF to get 10% off your order. Just say, hey, Matt from the Empty Field podcast sent you.
How do you bounce back from a tough play? Say you just gave up a touchdown. How do you clear your head for the next round?
Honestly, it's you have to have like the Dory mentality of like you just have to forget it, and there's always something else going on, because there has been a time where like I got beat on a route, but the next time I saw that formation and I saw her coming out, I knew exactly where she was going to run, and I was able to get there that time. So it's kind of just like you learn from what happened instead of beating yourself up because it happened. That's at least what I do.
Yeah. What does success look like for you?
Success for me in football this season, at least, is being able to get to all pro, which is like we had that championship weekend at the Star in Dallas. So being able to get there, that would be my success. Getting more eyes on the WNFC, because we are like the premier women's tackle league, even though there are other women's tackle leagues. We are sponsored by Adidas. We're sponsored by Riddell. We're sponsored by Dove. So we are like making a name for ourselves. So just being able to be successful in that. And then like I want to be able to coach too. Once I get it, I want to be able to get like 3 more years out of this.
What does it mean wearing the Las Vegas Silver Stars jersey?
I think it means like we're scrappy. It means that we're the underdogs. Our motto is Vegas versus everybody. We're kind of like always the ones that people are like saying things about kind of in the league. They're like, oh, they're going to lose. They're not, oh, they're going to get blown out. Da, da, da. And so we kind of just like know that that's like the mentality towards us. So we're really just like, it's Vegas versus everybody. So I'm proud to wear the Vegas Silver Stars.
Perfect. Here is the rapid fire first thing that comes to mind. Would you rather do film study or an extra set of reps?
Film study.
Would you rather have a close game or a blowout?
Blowout by us winning.
Would you rather have a very loud crowd where you can't hear anybody, or quiet so you can lock in?
Quiet so I can lock in.
Would you rather have the early momentum or a late game clutch moment?
Late game clutch moment. It's not rapid fire.
Team success or a personal milestone?
Team success.
One word to describe your game.
Gritty.
And then one word to describe you.
Fabulous.
With the hair flip, everybody. Remember, people who are just listening to this, she did a hair flip as she said fabulous. Is there anyone you want to give a special shout out to?
Well, I want to give a shout out to Las Vegas Silver Stars, of course, but also my teammate Bryn McNabb. She just got back from bobsledding for Team Canada, and now she's back to grace the field with us.
Perfect. Where can everybody find you on social media?
You guys can find me. It is DB13ARBIE, and that's DB Barbie on Instagram.
And before I let you go, I know this won't come out before the Super Bowl. Guessing you have the Patriots?
Yes, of course.
What will your score prediction be?
Honestly, I think it's gonna be close. I think it might be like 20, like 28-30.
Okay. Well, Taya, I appreciate you stopping by, talking about your football career, how you started, and what improvements you have made along the way.
Thank you so much for having me.
Fans of One T Media Production, do you guys drink coffee? Sure you do. I, myself, drink quite a bit of coffee, so I always turn to a Fuera coffee for my go-to. It's smooth, it's bold, it's not too heavy. Perfect for that early morning or when you just need to lock in for the day. The best part is, at every purchase, 5% goes back to the great outdoors. Get a bag like this. I get two myself. Use promo code MTF and you get 15% off your order. Guys, what's not to love about coffee, free money, and deliciousness? Afuera coffee.
Where the action's real, sports news and odds, that's our deal. From underdogs to favorites, we break it down. Empty Field Podcast, the talk of the town. Empty Field, where we lay it all out. Breaking down games, removing all doubt. Interviews with stars, we're bringing the heat. Sports news and odds.